It's been said that the best teachers are often found in the corners. Well, interestingly enough, someone sent this article to me from a small town newspaper. Look what they're beginning to teach in public schools. Number 1, earth worship. Number 2, evolution. Number 3, socialized medicine. Number 4, world government. Number 5, animal rights. In other words, animals seen as brothers and sisters. Number 6, redistribution of American wealth to other nations. Number 7, contraception and reproductive health. Number 8, legal abortions. Number 9, debt forgiveness to third world nations. Number 10, the adoption of the gay rights agenda. Number 11, the elimination of the right to bear arms. And finally, number 12, setting aside massive amounts of private land where no human presence is allowed. GLOBE stands for Global Learning and Observation to Benefit the Environment. Mikhail Gorbachev is the head of an organization called Green Cross International, operating right here in the United States. Gorbachev is working to create world government, and he's helping implement this education scheme. He has also joined partnership with UNESCO, which is the source of much of the anti-American education curriculum, as well as the International Baccalaureate program. This GLOBE program is funded and implemented through the Federal Department of Education, created under Goals 2000, and is now carried over in No Child Left Behind. No Child Left Behind? It should rightly be called No Child Left Unindoctrinated. Bart Simpson, the great underachiever, boy, would he be proud. Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann has some information on No Child Left Behind that I thought was pretty important for you, the American people, to hear.
When you see the federal government bureaucracy take something over, does it usually cost less? No. Is it usually less complicated? No. Is there usually more paperwork? Yes. Does the quality diminish? Almost always. Especially in the area of education. You know, we need to understand the 10th Amendment to our Constitution guarantees that education will be a state function, a local function. It was never meant to be a federal function. When you get the federal government involved in something, you can almost bet your money on it that it will probably get more complicated and be more costly. And when we're talking about something as important and primary to the future of our nation, and that's the quality education of students, we should never in a million years trust that function to the federal government. We should trust that function to our local community.
Yes, America, it's a little bit deeper than that. In order to understand the direction which the National Education Association has been going for many years, one needs to know where this trend started and the purpose behind it. Most Americans have probably never heard of secular humanism, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. For nearly 3/4 of a century, the American Humanist Association has been influencing education in America. Humanist Manifesto 1, which states the beliefs of the American Humanist Association, was published in 1933 and signed by 34 authors and educators, including John Dewey, often referred to as the father of modern education. It was the declaration of a totally secular religion. In fact, the term religion was employed at that time to describe the movement. The philosophy of the AHA has had a major influence on the NEA. Here is a statement which appeared in The Humanist, official publication of the American Humanist Association. The article entitled A Religion for a New Age is written by John Dunphy. The Bible is an incredibly dangerous book. The battle for humankind's future must be waged and won in the public classroom by teachers, who correctly perceive their role as the proselytizers of a new faith. The classroom must and will become an arena of conflict between the old and the new. The rotting corpse of Christianity, together with all its adjacent evils and misery, and the new faith of humanism, resplendent with the promise of a world in which the never realized Christian ideal of love thy neighbor will finally be achieved. The NEA overwhelmingly passed a resolution, B10, endorsing gay marriage and adoptions in states where they're legal. In other words, they support and promote homosexuality and same-sex marriage. NEA recommended that gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender issues be required content for teacher credentialing. In other words, teachers would be forced to undergo sensitivity training concerning homosexuality before they could be certified to teach. The NEA voted to replace the word tolerance toward homosexuality with acceptance and respect in union places. The National Education Association is saying, in essence, that tolerance of the homosexual lifestyle isn't enough, that homosexuality must be accepted and respected. Andy Limbaugh, a spokesman for the National Education Association, told Cybercast News that leadership of the NEA has no interest in advancing a position on same-sex marriage. Yet, the NEA was signatory on a letter to the United States Senators strongly opposing the federal marriage amendment. So when Limbaugh said that the NEA has taken no position, they're simply lying. The NEA opposed the constitutional amendment making marriage legal only between one man and one woman. That is their position as indicated by signing the letter. The NEA refused to pass an amendment, I-24, designed to protect students against sexual misconduct by their teachers. Yes, I said to protect students against sexual misconduct by teachers. The amendment read, to protect the rights of all students, the association believes sexual contact between education professionals and minor students is unacceptable. The NEA refused to pass the amendment and referred it back to the Resolutions Committee. Many feel that the NEA refused to pass the amendment in order to protect teachers who have sex with students. Nice try, guys, but we simply did our homework and found that guess what? There are those in public schools that are committing sexual crimes against your children. Check out your state on teachercrime.com.